Recently I took part in another game jam. For those who don't know what a game jam is a challenge created online that typically gives you a set of rules to create a game. Most of them tend to give you a theme and a deadline, and then there's other rules like don't copy and stuff like that. But the point of it is create a game with these set of rules within this deadline. Publish it online, people go and vote, and that's it. The biggest ones that I use and I know of are the Brackeys Game Jam, the Game Maker's Toolkit, or GMTK, and the Ludum Dare. This month I took part in the Brackeys 2022.1 Game Jam, with the theme, It's Not Real. So I had 7 days to create a game based on this theme. The week before, I had an idea about a game that I discussed on my stream, about a child that was going to nursery and their imagination kicked in, and they'd go to a fantasy land, beat other children or have small combat, and the other children were like orcs and pirates and stuff like that. So finding out what the theme was on the day of the game jam, this idea fit really nicely, so I started with this idea and continued with the game. In this video I'll be using it as a post-implementation review, going over what went right in the project, what went wrong, what I would change, did I beat the last game jam's goals that I outline in every game jam, what the public ratings were, and my next plans. So let's get started. So some of the things with the game went incredibly well. The addition of the boxes, really nicely, so you can easily destroy them and they break and give you health. That bit works really well. The little bits of dialogue we've got going
that dude
and moving around, the AI walking up to you, that bit at least works well. The fences, they were pretty easy to implement destructively, where you can just destroy them and carry on. The landscape worked also very, very well. I'm really pleased with the land I have created. Randomly, originally I planned to just use one of the existing ones, but the campfires and the cooking part, the village, the enemy boss arena, which just looks awesome. The enemy boss, he's a cool little one. The final cutscene, I was very impressed with the cutscene. I managed to get some real nice behaviour into it and it just worked really well. The spawns will enjoy eat. I was happy with the main menu. I found a pack that showed you how to make it. The main menu itself, just where you've got the little character there, the sidebar, it's minimalistic, it works really well. And the intro cutscene. The intro cutscene was like one of the last things I did except the boss battle, and the car moving around the landscape, parking up to the park and just here. I didn't make most of these, I did just copy it from an existing map, ripped everything out, but the actual characters driving around, animating, talking, I did do that. But yes, with the characters moving, they'll eventually go around the corner, move around here, but everything is placed, the buildings specifically, so when you see out the back of the car, you can't see them. Little glitches like this you can't see, so that's fine. And they'll eventually pull up here. You can see the parents are already here animating, but they won't actually activate until the camera gets over here. So that works really well. So I am quite proud of those sections of the game. The movement and everything, it just works really nicely. The bits that didn't go so well were mainly the AI and the attacking. For some reason, there was a bug with the attacking. He only attacks 60% of the time, and the AI isn't amazing. These initial two will attack, but then none of the others will. And then the attacking is just really odd. As you can see, they will eventually attack, but they're attacking each other now. And like when you attack, it's like I've just clicked again, and you can see the logs at the side working, and it's just not working. There was some weird bugs, and that, for me, ruined the game. So the AI and the attacking, it just broke the game really. So I would have preferred a bigger boss fight, but this still counts as AI, because the boss just currently walks up and stares at you. And unless you're the type of player to be scared and then put the game down, it wasn't amazing. But yeah, so they're really the main ones that I wasn't happy with. I would have liked to have expanded this map a bit more. Regarding changing, I'd definitely update the AI and make them actually work. They'd surround you, they'd attack more frequently, but you'd be able to attack, and when you attacked, they'd have a pause or break in their attacking, so they wouldn't just keep attacking. Currently you can attack one of them and then they'll just continuously attack you anyway, so that's why I had to, at the end of the day, add the barrels quickly, because you just couldn't revive health. I would have loved to have had more levels. The plan originally was to have 2 levels, a fantasy one where you run around, do all of this, because this is exactly what I planned, not the map layout but roughly the game, fight the boss. And the plan was to have the boss, when you beat him, lay on the floor, the imagination clicks off and it was a child with a cardboard helmet on or something. And then your parents would come from the intro, pick you up, take you away, the combat, and then the next map would be pirates or something. And it'd roughly be the exact same game, just completely different themed, completely different animations, attacks, landscape, sounds, but it'd be pirate themed. And then if I had more time, I'd add, you know, Viking theme or Western theme, and it would have been really cool to carry on with that. The boss fight, I was imagining doing a Mario 64 style boss fight where he'd walk up to you, he'd try to attack you or grab you in Mario's case, and you'd have to walk around, run behind him and attack him, but it just didn't end up working how I wanted. The final little goal I was planning to do for the little character dude over here was to add more weapons so you could get better swords and like have a fire sword or an electric sword, and they'd all do the same damage, but it'd just be different for the game. They were the plans that I had, but they were marked as optional because they weren't urgent or demanding for the game. So after 7 days, the results are in. 33 people played the game and rated it. Well, hopefully played and rated it, but they did rate. Overall, I hit 251st out of 1,646. That is super high. Less top 300. Absolutely happy with that. Would it have been better if it was higher? Yeah, sure, why not? But you're always going to think that, aren't you? So, I'm just going to break down what everybody thought. So, the common consensus amongst every single comment was the cutscene was good, the gameplay was okay, the voice acting was good, the graphics all good. The only problems were the gameplay to do with the attacking and the AI. That's what every single comment, or a lot of them, had a problem with, which was the problems I have raised, so I saw that coming. So that's quite good. With the audio, I ranked 81st out of 1,646. Damn happy with that. Super happy with that. Audio is, like graphics is always one of those I'm a bit iffy about, but ranking 81st out of 1,600, worth it. Happy. Next is the graphics. Again, it was the Cinti Pack and the Unreal Engine. I didn't do much of that myself, but still hitting 114th. Very happy with that. I'm not taking it too close, because even most of the audio I made, the graphics I didn't make, so I can't really credit myself for that one. The theme, this one's a bit down, but it's less than top 300. People didn't really get the theme, apparently. They did a lot, because I'm still top 500, but they didn't get the theme as much, so I've got a feeling a lot of people may have skipped the intro cutscene, or thought I didn't play on it enough, which I can understand, so that's fine. Games design, these next ones are the ones where it bumps up more and probably makes my score lower. Is the games design, 398. That is because of the attacking and stuff. People have probably voted that down, which makes total sense, but bugs are bugs, you're always going to get them. The innovation, nearly 500 on this one. Again, it is just a top-down crawl attacker, so there's not much innovation there. But I don't mind. I wanted to make a game that was familiar, so I didn't really want to reinvent the wheel, so I'm happy with the score I got, but I won't mind if it went down or up more. I don't really care. Innovation, we've done innovation, that one. Fun, yeah, so this one's the lowest one after them all, and I think it's because people couldn't attack or have a good fight, which makes complete sense. So that's it, overall the results. I'm happy with them. It says I've got mostly 4 stars out of 5. For a game with a game-breaking bug in, that's not bad. So I'm quite happy with that. So overall, I'm happy with the results. So with every game jam I've done, I've always stated what I would have liked to or could have done better or would like to improve on next time. With the first one linked, where I worked with Kemp, We put what we'd like to do better and manage our time slightly better. I've absolutely done that one because I planned everything out. I looked at what was more urgent. The only thing I didn't do was I didn't order them in the priority. Having the boss fight being the very last thing I do probably wasn't the wisest decision. Devote more time to core mechanics. I kind of did that. I missed the attacking and left that till a bit later when that should have been one of the first things I did instead of landscape modelling. And just team members, that's null and void because I didn't have team members this time. Spread the Chaos was the one I did alone, but that was a failed one, I class it as. Where are we? What I did well? Don't get sick. I didn't get sick this time, that's good. Don't spend so much time learning visual effects. I absolutely didn't do that. I dragged in an existing fire effect and just left it. Spend less time on cutscenes and more time on gameplay. I did do that, so I am accepting that one. I've spent way more time on the gameplay than I did with the cutscenes, but the cutscenes in Unreal are far easier, to be fair. And create a demonic voice, but not a fan of it. That's not really something better to do. So the last one I did was Time Rift Races. That's the racing one where I streamed a lot of it, and people seem to really enjoy that one, even though it was a bit buggy. The things that I would like to do better is don't focus on making sections perfect and the gameplay. I did do that. I accept that one. I made everything basically how I wanted it and came back at the end and patched it out a bit, minus all the buggy attacking. Find a way to make Unity package, accept that. That's null and void because that's something Unity for specific. Power-ups, need to lay the game out more before fine-tuning. I did lay the game out. I did the landscape and stuff, and then I came back afterwards towards the end and added more trees and cool barrels and stuff. Learn Fmod, I didn't do that, but Unreal's audio thing is pretty good as it is. So that's what I'd like to do. The things I wrote on the actual game, what I'd like to do better, was focus on ordering tasks and level of importance, which I have discussed. I should have made the attacking the enemy boss fight one of the first things I did. It's core gameplay. I left it towards the end, and I probably shouldn't have done that. I had it as an important must be done, but yeah. Improve my UE knowledge. I'm still a noob, but I'm getting far better. That's going to improve over time anyway, but having more knowledge so I don't have to Google as much next time will be vital. Ask more people for voices. Yeah, being more social and asking more people to do a voice for free, if people were willing to do it, absolutely would make the game far better. And look into the C++ side of Unreal. I don't think I'm going to get that done before the next game jam, but that's definitely something I'll look into in the future. So the first project that I might continue with, I'm not 100% sure if I've burnt myself out from it yet, but I'm going to give it another go and see, is this space game. You're basically this little character here. I think her name's going to be Claire or something, and you'll walk the corridors, you'll talk to people, and just generally have a nice story. There won't be any combat or action or anything. It's just going to be talking, learning lore, walking around, doing basic missions and stuff. And the game has progressed quite far, to be fair. You can see spaceships flying everywhere, big ones that'll go through the warp drive. We can go inside. If you've seen the Fallout video, you've seen this game before because I put a terminal there as a test. He's not quite cleaning properly, but then you can like go into the here and stuff. Not bad. And then we've got specific ones where your hands will go up against, and that's for like picking stuff up, because the plan was you were meant to be able to. I was working on picking stuff up, but you'll walk around, you'll do lore, visit medical bays. I mean, I haven't put all this together. A lot of it was from the Cinti store, and it was this is the example map, but I've just massively moved everything around and activated all the doors, pieced it all together, and yeah, basically made it what it is, added the characters and stuff. And I have moved some of the rooms around because they just didn't work, and yeah, little bits and stuff I've done. But yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to continue with that, but that's the first project that I'm possibly going to continue with. So let's get on to the second project. So a DAM system is a digital asset management system. As you know, I have a lot of assets, and buying a existing system was really expensive, and all the other ones I could see for free that I found wasn't very good. So we decided to start building our own. So the company name, Crack Studios, as we know, and you can see here it's auto logged in. It will be a locked off website that only we'd be able to use because it contains the assets we've bought for the company. It's probably even going to be an internal website, to be fair. But you can see you've got your categories, you've got more specific, and this is still way under development. We've got a search which currently doesn't work, but I'll show you what it's meant to do later. So you can come in, you can select your category, and at the moment I've got debug stuff here. So if we just go into a 3D model, we've got details. It's not fully finished yet. We can download it. It's got tags. It shows what other packs it belongs to, and we can view the 3D model to see what it is, basically. So it already helps. And if we go to the sound one, we have a sound. It's got all the details, what type it is. We can play it, and it'll play the sound. So that's the sound that we can see it, and the plan is that when we're searching, we can also play it as well. We've also got textures. At the moment, it's just classed as UI, the UI sprite in 2D, but it's fine, it'll get there eventually. We've got the resolution, we've got the size, the download formats, and we've got a 3D model, which we can just swipe across to and then see it. So like if you've got a grass texture or something, we can see it on there. The plan is to eventually add like planes and stuff so you can see. But yes, the search feature, we're using a plugin called Melee Search, and it's this super quick search. So as you can see, I've got 1,322 assets that we can instantly just search in 2 milliseconds. I've got 12 hits of fences down here, and it'll load the pictures, it'll load sounds, 3D models, and the plan is to integrate this into there. So you type it in, it'll change the page, and you'll be able to search for what you're looking for. That's the damn system that we're working on. I have tried this with 1 million records, and I'll see if I can dig out some footage of that. It's stupidly quick, just rapidly quick. What else could do? Pirate. There you go. And we can just see everything to do with pirates. I can open it up and see what data we've stored. We've got an array of tags. We've got downloads, so I know where to find it. And yeah, that's the damn system, still in development. So overall, we've learned quite a lot. We've got our rankings in. It was a lot of fun. I've met loads of new people, and I've learned so much. Overall, I call the whole thing a success. We've got next plans before the next game jam, so I will see you all for the Ludum Dare in 19 days. That's a lot sooner than I thought it'd be. I thought it'd be at least another month, but 19 days we will do this again. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. If you liked the video, please hit that thumbs up and drop me a comment below on what you've learned this game jam. See you next time.